You want to play Can't Stop?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how I do it.
Yeah.
So most people think, I've seen like birds pecking on the snare drum and stuff like that, but it's actually. And then the beats. Go, keep playing.
Yeah. I always thought all the covers that I've done,
People don't know.
Yeah, it's not called.
He wrote it.
I wrote that part. It's just on the first floor, Tom, the whole time, and it starts kind of quiet or quieter, and with the whole intro just repeats, and you just build, and then the very last bar, I think on the record I went to the higher toms, so be the last one. And people go, ah! And I stand up and I go, yeah! Stuff like that. It's fun. That's usually we start a lot of our shows with that song.
Great starting song.
People like that. They like that stuff. Okay.
All right.
Now he's up.
What can I show you?
You were talking about
Ticket to Ride?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Chad knows this one really well too. I've seen him play it on a video. You go. Now, Chad's got a great point. Sometimes Ringo kind of massages that little, like it's a little elastic. Like sometimes it's
yeah,
kind of can stretch it, and then later in the song he straightens it out. But when they go, I don't know what she's riding so high, that bass drum pattern, I think, and I love the Beatles like you and Chad, I think boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom is the most used kick drum, bass drum pattern on the early Beatles songs. Rubber Soul, Hard Day's Night. And Paul's playing the bass, you know. Yeah. All right. So you got that.
Yeah.
Do you know how to play samba? Because I know.
Samba.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, your hi-hat's not. There you go.
Do you know how to play songs? Come on.
Yeah, that's some beautiful
pretty good.
stuff. There's one thing that they do a lot in Sao Paulo, in Rio de Janeiro called the Partido Alto. Have you ever heard of that? So you play that rhythm, and I'll show you what they do, because it's a big, huge bunch of, like, hundreds of drummers marching down the street. They have these big tumbos and these snare drums, and they play kind of like mushing it into the head. But there's this rhythm that goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's hard.
It's a little bit like this.
It's very hard. So if you go slow, just try that. And then go 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then the whole thing is. Have you ever heard if you can say it, you can play it?
No.
There was a guy named Ed Shaughnessy that Chad and I grew up with. He was the drummer on The Tonight Show. And whenever he would do clinics at Eastland Mall, he'd say, if you can say it, you can play it. So I bet if you can say this, you can play it. So say, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, boom. That's absolutely, you said it and you played it right away. Isn't that cool? And so then the next hardest thing for home, you know, or even in the plane ride, you get your feet going, you're already going. But if you can go and then play that. Not right now, but later. That's what the Brazilian guys do. Yeah, and they do that with their hi-hat, like, or the cymbal. There you go. You're a natural.
Greg, play that pattern, and we'll do the cymbal.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow, man. That's Chad another one.
That'll get him dancing.
That'll get him
dancing. Wherever you are.
You said you guys like shuffles.
How about Fool in the Rain? Have you ever, well, Chad was saying that's a halftime shuffle, kind of like Rosanna.
I know how to play a shuffle.
That's tricky, isn't it? That's tricky.
I was like, whoa.
John Bonham did a crazy thing. He opened up his hi-hat on the end of one and. But you know what I do that's easier? I cheat. I go, and then I take a break with my right hand. You're trying to go and do it right, but I just go. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, do it.
It's a little bit slower. It's a bow, bow. You always want to think of the song in your head. Here's the song. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what happens at the end of this song?
Samba!
Bum, 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 bum. He goes into a samba and there's one more thing about this shuffle, and it's not something that I couldn't learn it in a day. I had to spend several days doing this, but he plays the same thing here, and he plays these crazy quarter note triplets on the bell in the B section.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really hard.
Yeah,
really
that's
hard.
Amazing.
It's hard.
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's not.
That
it's
one's
not
a tough
easy.
one. That's a tough one.
John Bonham was pretty advanced, boy.
Yeah. And he's got, which you have, he's got the real, the difference, the nuances of the shuffle are the grace notes or the ghost notes, the little guys in between. And Bonham and Purdy and Jeff were masters of it. But they all did it a little bit different. And it's the little nuances of the little ghost notes, right? The in between.
Perfect.
That's it.
Who Chad was just talking about? Jeff. If somebody says Jeff, do you know who that might be? There was a guy named Jeff Porcaro that we loved very, very much, and he was a drummer in Toto. Have you ever heard like "I bless the rains down in Africa"? Well, that was him. But he had this shuffle called Rosanna.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Do you know Rosanna?
Yeah.
Let's hear that.
I played it a few years ago, but I...
Try this. You should start like this. What happens on the chorus? Any idea? He played like Ringo and Charlie. He played with the vocals. Meet you all the way, Rosanna. He plays that with his bass drum. Meet you all the way, ba, 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 Rosanna. Yeah. All the way, ba, 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 Rosanna. Yeah. And that's like John Bonham, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hard. So just think of those vocals and you can work on that.
Pretty great.
You sound so great. How can you play a shuffle that funky at 11 years old?
I know. So that's why I'm just like, that's it. I quit.
You're amazing. Now you give us a drum lesson. I think you just did.
No, you need to give me a drum lesson.
I only know one of those kind of Questlove kind of beats.
All right.
So here's what I've been working on, because we have to work on this stuff, because we're a couple years older than you. So do this with your feet. Now, go like this. And then go. So watch what happens when you put it on over here.
The hat going.
That's the only one I know.
And is the hat closing it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I learned it on YouTube.
Where everything is.
I wish I learned it on Drum Channel, but I learned that one on YouTube. So that was my one, how to play the drumming J Dilla Questlove beats.
That sounded good though. That sounded good.
Yeah, pretty good.
My kids are 23 and 20, right? And I play like the, D'Angelo album. I go, does this sound like it's really grooving to you? And they're like, yeah. And I go, it doesn't sound right to me. They have to fix it, So I'm really working at it.
Yeah.
But you are the next generation. You're going to learn to do this.
Or can you teach me properly so I can actually master it right now?
Hey, Chad Smith here. I'm at the Drum Channel. Huh!
Hi, I'm Don Lombardi. About 40 years ago, I started DW drums in my garage. During that whole period of time, I was lucky to get to know many of the greatest drummers and teachers of all time. Drum Channel is a unique opportunity for you to invest in your future, and we have made sure that it's worth it.
Can you teach me properly so I can actually master it right now?
Right now. Yeah, perfect. That's it, now. It's really hard.
Yeah.
This did not come easy. He's getting it way quicker than I did. And then you put the snare in there. This is not an easy. Yeah. And it's not easy for any of us.
And you don't look really cool doing it. You're like,
So you really got it. The thing is, it's never fun to practice something you don't know. And when Chad stayed in Detroit, I went down to this place in Texas where all these drummers were down there. And I always got really nervous. So I had a little window and somebody would walk by and I was supposed to play this thing that was really hard. For a week, I couldn't get it. So every time somebody would walk by, I'd play something I know. And then they'd go by and I'd be, it's never fun to play something you don't know, but you should never feel bad because I take a lot of lessons from people, Dave Illich and David Garibaldi and Jimmy Brantley. I'm always taking lessons because I need to work on things I don't know. So there's a lot of things you already do. You don't really need to work on the things you don't know. Even though it's not fun at first, you're like, oh, but you got to just plow through it,
That's how you get better. And then you'll learn one thing. It'll be like a key. You're like, got this key, that's not the right key, and a lock, and then, and all of a sudden you can take, you're like, oh, I can use that on this, that, and the other thing, and it'll lift you right up. You'll be able to do other cool stuff that you couldn't do before because you figured out this one, not necessarily a secret, but it's like, you got to practice. Like you're saying, it doesn't just, I think this, I can do it. It just doesn't work like that.
I have a request for Chad to show you something, if you don't mind. Because Don and Lombardi and I were just saying that our favorite, do you know who Buddy Rich was? Great drummer. Our favorite version of Buddy Rich's Birdland, which is a Weather Report song, is Chad's. He plays, and you do the cross stick thing, like,
All right. that crap. It's been a long time, and you know who was really good at that? Stuart Copeland from The Police. You know The Police, right?
Yes.
Do you know those Police songs?
I know a few of them.
Yeah, they were really good, and he was a really, really good drummer, and he did really cool, fast. And there you go.
Message in a bottle. Message in a bottle.
She's like, what? It's just like kind of rudiment stuff, but random. I guess that's not a good way to
Wait,
teach
can
it,
you
but,
teach me it?
you know, kind of paradiddles, but yeah.
I know paradiddle.
And a way to get a good sound.
Like,
We're laughing because
That's
you
it.
did it so
I'm laughing because I was gonna go, hey, let me show you. Okay.
so rudiment.
Like start that. I think maybe yes. But you know what? Get a good tone is switch the stick over, like that, and the meat of the stick. Yeah. See how it sounds better?
Yeah.
And then do like that kind of paradiddle. So
Real quick, can you tell how great his cross stick sounds? The beat of that stick is like 1 inch from that metal rim. It's right there, and it sounds like a perfect cross stick. Engineers go crazy. There you go. Yeah, Chad, could you please play? Can I try yours?
and I'm just kind of using my palm. I don't.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It wants to creep that way, right? Watch where Chad's is. It's always kind of, that tip is always in this, and that'll be yeah. It's really important, that sound.
Yeah. You know the song Under the Bridge by
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers? So I do cross stick in that when the drums
Yeah.
come in, it's quiet. I don't even. Sometimes I feel, and I go. That's all I do.
Can you do that?
And the verse is half of that. Down, 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 down. Wow. I don't even know what the foot pattern is. And then I go like this. I don't ever want to feel.
That I know.
Yeah.
Take you to the place I know. And I was from Detroit. He's from Detroit.
Into the chorus.
And yeah, can I say one quick thing? Can you put your cymbal there? When Chad's going, he's going bam, really quiet, bam, like gaku, gaku. Yours just kind of gak, gak, gak. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Beautiful. That's called the feel right there. He's giving it a real feel. You know, yeah, and maybe even a little more like he's going like there and then yeah. Woo! And your rim shots are so perfect.
Yeah, rim shots are great.
When
Solid.
you're hitting rim
That's
shots.
really good. I almost rim shots almost all the time.
Yeah.
It's
And you're
just-
ghosting in the middle.
Yeah, and cracking it. That's it. Where did you learn that from?
Yeah.
Just watching or sound or both?
I can't really remember. I learned ghost notes like 2 or 3 years ago, either by my teacher or a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah.
But you don't ever miss your rim shots. You know what I mean by rim shots? Like,
Yeah.
Can you play again and show us? Because you don't miss those.
I didn't even know
Like
that
the
I'm
pressure
doing
on you.
that.
No, you nailed it. That was
That's great.
perfect.
That's it.
Perfect. That's a hard
Are
thing
you
to
even
teach.
thinking about it?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't.
Me neither. That's the best thing. Start thinking about it. You're like, oh, how do I do that?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, you just do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Do you ever like jam where like we start a groove and then you play for like 1, just jam, 2, just jam around, 3, jam around, 4, and then Chad does that and then we go around. You ever do that kind of thing?
No.
It's pretty fun.
That's pretty good. It's called trading fours.
It's called trading fours.
Let's do it.
Want to try that?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You just make anything up. There's no rules.
We'll just
Sometimes
keep.
I don't know what to play
Well, you can go
though.
like this. And then it's Chad's turn.
Ho! 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 Yeah, you go, Nandi.
Okay, so this is called improvising, and it's so much
I
fun.
do improvise, but
But you can't make a mistake. There's
Yeah.
no such thing as a
We
mistake.
got you. We got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
Perfect. Yeah, now Chad's turn.
That's it.
That was the best.
That's what you do. Isn't that fun?
Yes.
Yes. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Nandi, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Bam. So who are some of your favorite musicians?
Well, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Suck it up to the host. Cut.
Me and my family and I, we made pancakes. Expert pancake makers. And we like listening to music. And Daddy played the Beatles. And I'd show the video and I'd look at Ringo and just think, oh, I just loved him.